Hello everyone, and welcome back to STEINS. I'm G, and we have just gotten into a little bit of the nastier aspects of CERN. Perhaps we shall see even more soon, but now we've got to find an IBN5100 if we want to find out all their dirty little secrets. So let's get started. I step out onto the street. Immediately, a bicycle skids to a stop in front of me. Hiya, Okaberin Taro! That's not her voice. Hiya, Okaberin Taro! There we go. Suzuha gets off her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask her, are you an American or something? But I'm distracted by her shiny bicycle. It's the same bicycle that was in front of the Brown Tube workshop yesterday. I guess it belongs to her. I wonder how much that set her back. I mean, it does look pretty expensive. Pretty nice technique there. Bicycles are fun, aren't they? I've never ridden one before coming here. You'd never ridden a bicycle? No, I had ridden motorcycles before though. Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. And what's with that flashy braking back there? I think it'd be pretty dangerous if she did that all through the town. Beginners get cocky and get into accidents. You see that pattern all the time. If you're going to go full speed, at least wear a helmet. Going to work now? Yep. The Brown Tube workshop's shutters are open, but the shop itself never opens until around 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change with Mr. Brown's mood. That's perfect. There's something we need to talk about. But I need to get the shop ready for business. Just what does this crumbly old Brown Tube workshop need to get ready? Nothing really. Geez, I just mindlessly sweep in front of the shop. If I clean inside, the boss gets angry. Everything's where it's need to be. Everything's where it needs to be, he says. Okay, I'm gonna check this real quick. Ferris! Don't thou desire chaos, Nya? Yes. Yes, please. Thank you, Ferris. Love you. Anyways. So he's paying her to not clean. Something's wrong with that guy. So hear me out, then. But I'm so tired! In other words, she doesn't feel like talking. I glare at her. You would be unwise to anger me. Does it have to be right now? My glare is not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still maintain my stern expression and nod. Then go ahead. Suzuha shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bicycle. Then she turns to me. But keep it short, okay? Where is the IBN5100? No intel yet. What? I don't know. Oh. But by the way, you talked yesterday. It sure sounded like you knew. No, I know someone who knows. Then take me to them. I won't take no for an answer. Refuse and I'll show you a living hell. I can't. Come on, I even said I'd show you a living hell. I can't introduce you even if I wanted to. What do you mean? Don't tell me they're an imaginary... They've been dead for years. I'm sorry. Nah, it's okay. Anyway, there's nothing I can tell you. Honestly, I'm hoping you can tell me something. Suzuha pats me on the shoulders. Funny, you'd think I'm the one who's supposed to cheer her up. Just then, Mr. Brown opens the door and makes his appearance. Hey, part-timer. It's only your third day and you're late? Sorry, boss. The streets were a little crowded this morning. If you're not gonna take this seriously, I can always give you the boot here. As for you, Okabe, don't you lay a finger on my part-timer. Aren't you the lecherous one here, Mr. Brown? Why, you. Just try saying something like that in front of Nye. I'll murder ya. Gotta keep my honor as a father. Besides, I ain't got no use for a skinny kid like her. What was that? Take that back, boss! Suzuha's actually mad now. What? You mad? I'm not a kid, I'm a warrior! Huh? What are you talking about? Suzuha's burning passion has the manager shocked. I, on the other hand, am impressed. On impulse, I take Suzuha's hand and grasp it firmly. I like the look in your eyes, you part-time warrior. They shine with the radiance of a beast unseen in modern men. Never forget those eyes of yours, and you shall surely change class from part-time warrior to true warrior. But I'm already a warrior! Stay diligent in your training, and you shall have a place at my side on the field of Ragnarok. Ragnarok? Suzuha looks confused. What's that? The final battle against CERN. You got something like that planned? Count me in if you do, but I've never heard of it. Of course you haven't. This is the first time I've revealed it, for I shall be the one to initiate Ragnarok, and the world shall be reborn. Wow, you sure are brave, Okabe Rintaro. You'll probably fail, but I like your spirit. I wish my comrades were as spirited as you are. Apparently, Suzuha has comrades. I'd like her to introduce me. That way, I can form my personal army, the Phoenix Crusaders. Wait a sec. Why does she assume I'll fail at Ragnarok? Looks like I need to instill the fear of Ho Win Kyoma into this girl. Why does my store attract nothing but weirdos? Damn. Whatever, part-timer. Just come inside. Coming! Later, Okabe Rintaro! Suzuha waves and winks at me as she heads into the store. Wait up, Okarin! Then Mayuri comes down the stairs, passing Suzuha. So you're going to help me search after all? That's the lab mem's spirit? Oh, no, that's not it. I was thinking about buying lunch. Oh. She really is a glutton. It's not even lunchtime yet. So, where do you plan to go? What to eat? Mayuri places her finger on her bottom lip in thought as she walks. Sambo's beef bowl sounds good. This tiny high school girl truly has guts to enter Sanbo alone. That place isn't like the chain restaurants with their colorful menus and brightly lit interiors. First-timers are often cowed by the old-school atmosphere. Plus, the clientele is almost exclusively male. But Mayuri doesn't care. She just sits there shoulder to shoulder with students and salarymen, smiling as she eats her beef bowl. Meanwhile, the Sunbists, regular Sunbow customers, are posting comments online like, "The goddess has arrived," or "Goddess for the win." But Sunbow isn't open this I try to warn her, but Mayuri is no longer there. She's gone. Mayuri disappears like this every so often. And each time she does, I wonder for one terrible second if she really has vanished from the world. I look around and see Mayuri standing at a distance. She's gazing up at the sky through the buildings. Here we go again. She's stopped in the middle of the street, so other pedestrians look at her, wondering what she's doing. But she doesn't notice their stares. She slowly reaches out to the sky, as if entranced. And then she freezes in that position. This is one of Mayuri's habits. I call it Stardust Handshake. Mayuri says that she's liked looking at the night sky ever since she was little. Her reason is romantic, or perhaps childish. I feel like I can reach the stars. When I asked her about it one day, she just smiled and gave that answer. At first, she only reached out to the night sky, but lately she's been doing it without regard for the time of day. Like now, even when she's walking and talking with someone, something inside her just seems to switch on. Honestly, it's a little crazy. It's too early for stars, Mayuri. I walk up to Mayuri and call out to her. She slowly lowers her hand with a blank smile on her face.
Did you know? Even during the day, the stars are still up there.
Getting philosophical is nice and all, but it's dangerous to stop in the middle of the street.
That's true. Oh, just now when I was looking at the stars, I decided to have ramen for lunch today.
How are ramen and stars even related? My Erie's mind works in mysterious ways. I know I said I'd search for the IBN5100, but I have no idea where to start. I spent about half an hour in an internet cafe searching for information, but turned up nothing. I buy some mango juice with tapioca from a juice stand inside Yodobashi. I lose myself in thought as I drink it. It's Saturday, so it's starting to get crowded in front of the station. Some maids are distributing leaflets to the people coming out. I know Daru's well acquainted with retro PCs, but is there anyone else? Oh yeah, Shining Finger was obsessed with the IBN 5100, wasn't she? I'm really reluctant to contact that male demon, though. But ultimately, my feelings are trivial. Ragnarok hangs in the balance. But I decide not to bother. I finish my drink and wander towards Chuodori. Then comes an email, almost as if on cue. Don't tell me, is it the male demon? It's like she can read my mind.
Will you get back to me already?
Moeka. I instinctively scan the area, searching for that gloomy woman in the crowd. No sign of her tailing me. Oh well, I guess I'll send her a reply. I don't know Shining Finger's phone number, so I'll just send her an email for the time being. In the email, I ask her to call and include my phone number. Now I just have to wait for her response. And there it is. That's a quick reply. But I asked her to call, so why did she reply by email? Wait, she wants it by email?
You finally contacted me. I don't like talking on the phone, so let's exchange emails instead, please?
Moeka. There's a lot to cover. I'd rather not have to type it all out. I need to find out her phone number. Give me her phone number, along with any information you have on the IBN 5100. And send. I look up after finishing my email and see a huge crowd of people in front of Radican. I guess the satellite is still a big deal. The media presence hasn't died down since the day of the crash either. Radican is still closed. And, of course, the satellite is still there. Not 30 seconds pass before I get a reply. Right as I'm about to look down and read the email, I catch sight of a familiar face in the crowd.
Ah!
Well, let's take a quick look at that. Oh, I can't open it. Well, if it isn't my assistant, what are you doing here?
Hey!
No, that's not her voice.
Hey, when did I become your assistant?
She looks like she'll snap at me, so to dampen her spirit, I go back to checking my email.
I don't have anything. How about you?
Moeka. What is wrong with this woman? I told her to tell me her phone number, and she just ignored me. And she doesn't even have any information. How useless can you be?
Why are you glaring at me?
Don't worry about it. You're not the cause of my frustration.
Oh, so you're just raging? Don't glare at me.
You've glared at me before, haven't you?
That's because you keep doing pervy.
Oh wait, no.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Another one?
Tell me the super hacker's address.
Moeka. I want to snap my phone in half and throw it on the ground. What do you mean, tell me the super hacker's address? You making fun of me with that note? You're not getting anything from me. Anyway, why does she need to send me 2 short consecutive emails? I mean, she might as well just combine them into one.
Are the emails you're getting really that unpleasant?
They're more unreasonable than unpleasant. I can't quite describe it in one word. Stop sending me all these short emails. I'm begging you, just gather your thoughts and send everything together. I feel a little satisfied after sending that email. I turn to Kurisu again. So, Christina, what brings you here?
If you're going to call me names, could you at least be consistent? Anyway, my business here doesn't concern you.
Why are you pouting?
I'm not pouting. I just don't want to get involved in your silly games again.
Nonsense. You're already a lab mem. You have a duty to work for the benefit of the lab. Well, she is only a temporary member. No, it's because she's a temporary member that we need to get as much out of her as we can.
I regret losing myself to curiosity back then.
Kurisu sighs and looks up at the satellite. We're not alone. Several other people are standing there and looking up. It's Akiba's latest tourist attraction. Did you come to see the satellite?
I guess. It doesn't make sense. Normally they calculate satellites' orbits so that they burn up in the atmosphere when they fall. So how can that thing be in such perfect condition?
And that's to say nothing about the huge hole it punched in the building. Are satellites that durable? Where's the satellite from, anyway?
They still don't know. Rumors say it's from the former Soviet Union, but Russia denies it. So it looks like they can't remove it yet.
3 days have passed and it's still unknown. How interesting. I smell a conspiracy. So it's another organization cover-up. They knew I'd be at Radican and tried to erase me.
Organization? What's that?
The organization is the organization. Its formal name is something else, but all those who know of its existence call it the organization out of fear. They ruled the world from the shadows, transcending nations with politics, economics, religion, even science in their clutches.
That's obviously a crackpot conspiracy theory, thank you very much.
Kurisu hangs her head and blushes for some reason. What's wrong?
Nothing. Really nothing, okay? Say another word and I hit you.
Crazy girl.
Anyway, what's happened with the phone wave?
I thought you didn't want to get involved. And it's not the phone wave, it's the phone wave, same name subject to change.
Just answer me. Have you learned anything?
No progress. We've tried repeating the experiment, but at present, we haven't been able to reproduce the discharge phenomenon or send another email to the past.
I see.
Another email. Damn you, Shining Finger. I said not to send so many short emails, but she doesn't seem to get it. I can't handle this mail demon. Let's save checking the email for later. Can I check it now? No, I can't.
You're pompous, but at least you have some manners.
What do you mean?
I hate people who play with their phones in the middle of a conversation.
Ah, so that's why you grabbed my phone when we first met.
When we first met, I didn't do that.
Yeah, you did. There I was, giving my report when you grabbed my phone out of my hand. I shut my mouth before I finish. The events at Radican. My story of what happened back then doesn't mesh with Daru's story. It didn't mesh with Mayuri's, and now it won't mesh with Kurisu's. So in the end, was that a dream? A hallucination?
What? What do you mean, giving your report?
No, it's nothing. So, about the phone wave name subject exchange. After the experiment, you screamed something like,
A time machine? It can't be!
Did something awaken a past trauma?
No, and don't go making one up either.
Back when she was 5 years old, Christina was on the plains of Arkansas when lightning...
I wasn't hit by lightning, and I was still living in Japan when I was 5. And why Arkansas?
I was trying to imagine tranquil scenery, and the first state to come to mind was Arkansas. Second was Oregon.
Not Utah? I mean, relatively speaking, isn't Utah more suitable?
Then answer me, Christina. Why did you freak out back then?
No reason. I simply didn't want to believe. Fringe science should stay in the realm of fiction.
Fringe science? Don't be ridiculous. You saw it with your own eyes. You saw the email leap to the past. You saw the banana travel instantly through space.
I saw, but we must be missing something. Or maybe we're just seeing what we want to see. Remember what I said at ATF? Time machines are just a pipe dream given modern technology. And yet a bunch of amateurs like you just stick a phone and a microwave together and expect time travel to occur? Ridiculous.
But it did occur. Will you deny what you saw with your own eyes? Are you saying that theories trump reality? Then I hope you enjoy sophistry and word games, because that's all you'll ever have.
What do you mean, word games?
Quantum theory, for example. If you ask me, theories like that are nothing but word games.
Wait, are you rejecting modern physics? Who do you think you are?
Trust what you see. The only things that matter are things that happen. Things that don't happen, things that aren't observed, are just hypotheses.
When hypotheses pile up and theories are verified, they become reality. That's how modern physics comes to understand the truth of the universe.
But sometimes your hypotheses are mistaken. Even Einstein was wrong about some things.
So you're going to do nothing just because you could be wrong? Then enjoy your dirty little lab and your silly gadgets, because that's all you'll ever have. You'll never reach the truth that way. Failure teaches success.
I see. Nice rebuttal.
You're never getting off your high horse, are you?
By the way, Christina, I have always felt that physicists are hypocrites.
What?
There are phenomena that everyone knows occur in reality, but which physicists refuse to research. What do you think about that?
I don't know what to say unless you can give me some examples.
Ghosts, for instance.
The occult? Really?
You refuse to research it just because it's the occult? That contradicts what you just said. You'll never reach the truth that way. People have seen ghosts. There is even photographic evidence. So where are the theories? Why do physicists refuse to speak?
It's a different field of study.
You can't call physics the study of natural phenomena, then decide some things don't count.
True, but...
And that's why we must investigate the phenomenon of sending emails to the past. You shall assist me.
No.
Kurisu gives me a clear-cut answer. I just wanted to say something. Just my thoughts on the whole, hypotheses becoming reality. I've always thought that viewpoint is inherently dangerous. Like, of course, you can build really good, really solid hypotheses, really solid theories that hold up in every situation. But until you have proof of something acting in that way, you can't accept it as the objective truth until you have that proof. Which is why things have changed so much in science over the past, shall we say 1,000 years. Because we've discovered new things that disrupted our previous preconceptions of how science works and how everything interacts with one another. And I don't know. Like, I always feel that people who nowadays go, well, science has figured it out, you can't question it, we have these theories that are rock solid and perfect. Like, those are good theories. But, believing that humanity was... your health was based around the 5 humors was also really solid for its time. At least in those people's conceptions. And we have since disproved that. So who's to say that there's not something just beyond the horizon that completely reworks how we see the universe in its entirety? But that's just my thoughts on the matter. You don't have to agree with me. I just always feel that it tends to turn into a little bit of a witch hunt if people grasp too closely to things that aren't objectively proven. Anyways, Kurisu gives me a clear-cut answer, along with her usual glare. So the genius girl really does hate me.
I won't have a hand in your fringe science. I won't make the same mistake my father did.
Your father?
You make a fine argument, but it won't work in the scientific community. The day you decide to research time travel is the day you're out of a job.
How can you be so certain?
Because that's what happened to my father.
Kurisu grimaces.
My father, a physicist, loved time machines. He was so fascinated by Wells's The Time Machine that he seriously studied...
Wow, I just completely butchered that sentence.
He was so fascinated by Wells's The Time Machine that he seriously studied time travel. But because of his obsession, he was practically exiled from the scientific community. I will never get involved with time travel research.
This time, her sheer force of will gives me pause. I think she's really pissed. I may have stepped on a landmine here. What do I do? If I get her any angrier, she might seriously hit me. Let's calm her down a little. Yeah, let's do that. But what should I say?
I'm sorry, I got emotional.
She apologizes first. Christina's calm character saves me. Mwahaha! Don't worry about it. I wanted to test your character, so I made you angry on purpose.
Huh? Anyway, the phone wave isn't a time machine. Email is a man-made system, so this phenomenon should be explainable in the scope of that system.
I understand. I had no idea you hate time machines that much. It's almost like an allergy. I apologize for forcing you to become a lab mem. You don't have to come again.
I wasn't planning on it.
But know this, Christina.
Don't call me Christina!
Lab mem number 004 will be a retired number. That number is yours forever. I finish my speech and turn my back to Kurisu. I won't look back. I walk away slowly with my eyes closed. It's kind of hard to walk like this. Hope I don't bump into anyone. Wait, am I even walking straight?
You look ridiculous!
My shoulder is suddenly pulled from behind. I brace myself so I don't fall backwards. What are you doing? You've ruined my perfectly staged exit scene, and you call yourself my assistant?
No, I don't call myself your assistant. And besides, I still have something to ask you.
Here, let's just check if I can open the phone yet. I totally can. Oh my god. Wait. No, okay, not that one. Not that one.
Was I being annoying? I'm sorry, but I really need information on the IBN5100, and you're the only one I have right now. I'm relying on you, Okabe-kun. I swear I won't send any more short mails, so please don't abandon me. I need you to help me look for an IBN5100. I promise to let you know as soon as I learn anything. So let's work together, okay?
Oh my god, Moeka.
No, I don't call myself your assistant. And besides, I still have something to ask you.
Damn it, her stubbornness has already returned.
I asked you about this before, but you said I got stabbed, right? I demand an explanation.
Ah yes, the other real-life phenomenon that has yet to be explained. That was just something I hallucinated. Let's just leave it at that for now.
Why would you dream about me?
I don't know, and it wasn't a dream, it was a hallucination.
You said something about Dr. Nakabachi, didn't you?
Dr. Nakabachi held a time machine presentation at Radicon that day.
That presentation was cancelled because of the satellite crash.
So it seems, but in my hallucination the presentations proceeded as planned. Mayuri and I went to see it, and you came over to flirt with me.
I don't flirt, especially not with idiots like you.
Like I said, it wasn't real, okay? No, maybe this world is what isn't real. That would explain the riddle of the phone wave names of exchange. If this world is some kind of simulation, then we can disregard the laws of physics.
Escapism? That's unexpectedly chicken of you.
It's a hypothesis, your favorite thing.
So who stabbed me? Don't tell me it was you.
I recall the sight of Kurisu collapse in a puddle of blood. It sends shivers down my spine. Was that really just a hallucination? It was too real. I can clearly remember the smell of blood.
You were already dead when I got there. I didn't see who did it. I don't get it. Why do I have to die in your mind? You have something against me?
Of course not. At that point in time, we had only spoken once. We were just strangers. Well, that one time we talked was during the events I imagined, so strictly speaking, at that point in time, all I knew about her was what I'd read up in the magazines. Anyway, we didn't know each other. That's why I ran away instead of calling for an ambulance.
My hero.
What, you want me to go back in time and give you CPR or something? I need to use the phone wave name subject change for that.
I've heard enough. No more hallucinating about me, okay? Dying isn't fun, even if it's in someone else's head.
I can't make any guarantees. That would require perfect 24-hour surveillance inside my brain.
You have a comeback for everything, don't you?
Kurisu shakes her head in exasperation, then turns and walks off towards the station. Looks like she wants to end the conversation. In revenge for last time, I grab Kurisu's slender shoulder from behind.
Yeah! What now?
I'm not done talking.
You trying to pick a fight?
It's revenge for ruining my farewell scene, Christina. You shall regret your thoughtless actions.
Okay, fine. What is it?
About the IBN5100.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you don't know, then forget about it. Farewell! We will not meet again. I turn my back to Kurisu. This time I'll make it perfect.
Hey, don't tell me to forget about it.
She grabs my arm. Damn it, this is the second time.
What is the IBN 5... whatever?
Then IBN5100. It's a retro PC from 1975. I'm looking for one.
Yeah? What are you going to do with it?
Looks like she's interested. She was the same way when she came to the lab. I guess this girl is just brimming with curiosity. Interested? Kurisu quickly averts her eyes. But she doesn't let go of my arm. You're interested, aren't you?
Just a little.
Then I shall answer. The IBN 5100 is the key to unlocking CERN's most closely guarded secrets.
CERN? You mean the CERN?
Indeed. Through the tireless efforts of my faithful lab mems, we have uncovered evidence that CERN is researching time travel. Come, be astonished.
Great. I shouldn't have asked.
Kurisu gives me a cold glare, then lets go and starts walking away. This time she's gone for good. Damn you! Just you watch. I will expose certain secrets if it's the last thing I do. The next day, I decide to hit Akiba's computer parts stores. I did as much as I could yesterday after parting with Kurisu, but no luck. Finding an IBN 5100 is obviously going to be a huge pain in the ass. I'm standing in the narrow tunnel that runs beside the Radicon building. Small shops selling everything from motherboards to resistors to vacuum tubes line both sides of the tunnel. Here lie the vestiges of the old electric town, Akiba's conscience, so to speak. Casual otaku usually avoid stores like these. It's like a holy land that only true fanatics can enter. Not that I'm an expert on computer parts. Furthermore, these shops only sell parts, so it's actually kind of silly to be searching for a whole PC here. Still, something about the sight of all these electronics gets my blood pumping. I have to hide my excitement to maintain my dignity. If a storekeeper yells, "Hey kid! Hey kid, you're 10 years too young for this stuff," then I'll have no choice but to run. Fortunately, no one has yelled at me yet. In fact, the storekeepers seem to be ignoring me. They must be more open-minded than I thought, or maybe they just don't care. I search each store in turn, but turn up neither hide nor hair of an IBN 5100. The ringing of my phone draws a sharp look from the nearest storekeeper. Good lord! I force a smile and rush outside. Phew, that was close. I probably shouldn't go back in there today. I take a deep breath to calm myself down, That's when something strange catches my eye. Wait. Oh no! Did I miss the call? Can I? No! No! My Yuri! No! No, I missed her call! There's a woman squatting on the ground nearby, her knees against her chest. In her hand is a gaudy purple phone. She's staring at the screen without moving a muscle. She's even more conspicuous since nobody else is around. And on further inspection, I realize it's someone I know. Shining Finger! I call out to her, but she gives me no reaction. Shining Finger is just a name I made up, so I guess it's only natural. Her name was Moeko? No. Finger! I stand in front of her and call her name. Well, the name I gave her, but she doesn't even look at me. Her fingers are typing rapidly on her phone, so she's definitely conscious. But she still looks dead. There's no life in her eyes. I'm actually worried. Despite the heat, she's not sweating at all. Can't you hear me?
Who?
Hoin Kyoma, the mad scientist. She glances at me for maybe half a second, then goes right back to staring at her phone.
Who?
What? Can't you even remember people's faces? Of course, I'm the one who forgot her name. I agreed to help you find an IBN5100, remember? And this is the thanks I get. She twitches upon hearing the word IBN5100, but she still doesn't look up.
Okabe-kun.
It's Hoin. Ignoring me, are you? Why won't you accept me as Hoin Kyoma? There we go. Oh, no, that's her. Damn it! Oh, God. I missed my Yuri's call. I feel bad.
Sent email.
Shining Finger.
Hi, Okabe-kun. Fancy meeting you here. Haha.
Yeah. I nearly flip out. Is this really something you should say by email when the person is standing right in front of you? It wouldn't take 5 seconds to say it verbally. She's friendly enough in her emails, but in person she's a lump of unsociability. How can she write, "Funny meeting you here," without smiling at all? It makes me think that the mails are coming from a different person. I suppose it is quite a coincidence. Were you looking through the parts stores too? She doesn't even respond when I ask her a direct question. Another email.
I looked, but I couldn't find anything.
Mocha. Why won't you speak?
Too hard.
Isn't it harder to type everything out? My yelling does not have the desired effect. Instead of getting her to act together, she buries her face into her knees. And why is she wearing such a short skirt? If she sits with her knees up like this, I can see everything. Not that there's a problem with that. Okabe. That's not kosher. Good gracious. I sigh, then turn and walk away. I buy 2 Max coffees from a nearby vending machine. Mails keep coming.
I'm sorry, I apologize, so please come back.
I'm more tired than angry. Besides, my search has hit a dead end, so I need whatever information she has on the IBN5100. I can't just go home. Come to think of it, her name was Moeka, right? I remembered when I saw her email. I returned to Moeka with the 2 Max coffees in hand.
Okabe-kun.
She's finally on her feet. She glances at me, then breathes a sigh of relief. Want one? She timidly accepts the Max coffee I hand to her, but she doesn't move to open it. I wait for the coffee to cool down, open the tab, and take a sip. Sometimes this sweetness is just what I need. Why don't you talk?
Emailing is easier.
Like hell it is. Maybe she's just afraid of people. When I finally consider that, I'm taken aback by my own thoughtlessness. Of course, so that's what it is. Basically, she's afraid. Afraid of the insane mad scientist Hoin Kyoma. Well, I can hardly blame her. In fact, I sympathize. Few indeed can withstand my aura of supreme madness.
I'm weird, aren't I?
No, you're normal.
Really?
For no matter how disciplined your mind is, you cannot resist. You have nothing to be ashamed of. In this world, there exists something called absolute eternal truth. It's a wall, immovable, no matter how much you struggle. That's why people give up, abandon their dreams, choose a different path. But never forget this one thing: you hold within your heart your own STEINS gate.
STEINS gate.
All people, without exception, possess their own STEINS gate. As long as you have yours, you may follow any path without losing your way, just as I follow mine.
Oh.
Malika nods. Looks like I got her to understand. So, on to business. Do you have any information on the IBN5100? Malika answers by shaking her head slightly. How long have you been searching?
About 2 months.
Where have you looked? And of course, Malika starts to move her fingers at high speed.
Stores, online auction houses, the usual. I also tried asking on that channel, and I even walked around Akihabara asking people. Or so I say, but I've only talked to about 4 people, including you.
4 people in 2 months. Even though hordes of otaku come to Akiba each day. Have you tried talking to PC store employees? They'd know more than anyone else. Malika shakes her head again. She's clearly not cut out for this job. Sincere as she may be, she's just wasting time. That editorial company she works for must be incompetent if they choose her as their investigator. Though I suppose it's also her fault for accepting the job despite her handicap. So, what's your actual goal? To obtain an IBN5100, or to investigate the urban legend?
Both.
I see. In that case, her search is limited to IBN5100s in Akihabara. But I don't care about the urban legend. I just want to obtain an IBN5100. My true goal is what comes afterwards. So I don't need to limit myself to IBN5100s in Akihabara. I could just look online. I might be able to get one through auction. That would take time and money, though. If I don't find one in another few days, let's consider that option. Where do you plan to search next? I didn't quite hear you. Malika types out a mail at high speed.
I honestly don't know where to turn. I've tried everything.
She's useless. Don't worry, I have a network of informants at my disposal. Finding a retro PC should be no trouble at all. Malika looks at me for the first time today. I see respect in her eyes. Have you forgotten who I am? Howin Kyoma. I will stop at nothing to destroy the system and usher in a new era of chaos. Mwahaha.
That's Okabe-kun's STEINS gate.
Not Okabe. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Not Okabe. Howin. Okabe. Goodness gracious, gee. Alrighty, well, I feel like that's a pretty good place to cut it. We have had a rousing discussion with Kurusu about the nature of hypotheses versus evidence, and have not found an IBN 5100, and we missed a phone call from Mayuri, and I am full of agony because I feel like that is going to ruin my life. I'm probably placing way too much weight on this, but you know, I don't know what's going on, and I want Mayuri to be good and happy and safe. So, anyways, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of STEINS Gate, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.